Okay, so he actually cleared us a little bit early. The edge of the control zone is at this big long barn up here.
Right.
But that's fine. We're going to get our next frequency dialed up. So we're in the west practice area, west of Mission Bridge.
Okay.
So any idea what the frequency is? Do you remember that or no?
Yep, 122.72.
Oh, look at you go. All right, let's dial that up. Awesome, close. Yeah, there it is. Flip it over. Fantastic. And so we're going to do a call to mission traffic. So this is mission over here. We're at Matsqui Island. We can tell mission traffic we're at Matsqui Island, give them an altitude, and say that we're headed to the northwest, basically. Bring our power slightly down. I just want to cruise around 80.
Yeah, I'm going fast today.
Yeah, I know. You're just really pulling it.
Mission traffic, Cadbury G2 Uniform Tango Echo, over the western tip of Matsqui Island at 800 feet.
And headed northwest.
Headed northwest.
Okay, so you can see we're kind of right at the base of the clouds right now. We want to be a little bit below them.
Okay.
So we're going to bring it back down. That's looking better. And we're going to work our way over to Glen Valley today. So the idea for today, as we talked about in the classroom, is we're going to be doing some upper air auto rotations.
Okay.
So just the entry of the auto rotation, coming down to about 500 feet and then recovering it. So it's kind of a nice skill to know how to recover it. And then we're going to do some more circuits, bunny hops, working on that takeoff and landing. And then we're going to do some hovering exercises, the square hover pattern and stuff. So that's the idea for today. And we'll climb up just a little bit higher. So we've got one of these fields. It's kind of a safety field underneath us, in case the engine were to actually quit on us when we roll the throttle off. And so we're going to enter the auto, kind of have quite a bit of cloud around, so I want to make sure that we have enough room. We're not going to fly into the clouds, so this is looking good. So we're going to enter the auto after I count down 3, 2, 1. We're going to go nice and smooth, collective down, throttle off at the same time, so collective down, throttle off. Cyclic back just to maintain level flight.
Yep.
And then just a little bit of pedal to keep your nose nice and straight.
Okay.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, collective down. Cyclic back, throttle off, all at the same time. Yeah, nice and quick. There you go. And that's looking pretty good. Now we want to establish 50 knots. Want to keep an eye on the rotor. And you can see it's climbing a little bit. Raise that collective a little bit. We're going to aim for this field over here. That's good. Maintaining 50 knots. Getting a little low on the rotor now. That's looking better. Turn a little bit to the right. Want to start lining up for this field here. Coming through 700 feet. So we're going to start thinking about recovery now. And so go ahead and roll the throttle on gently. Keep her nice and trim, so a little bit of left pedal. There you go, and then forward cyclic, raise the collective all at the same time. Keep your trim nice and straight, eyes are out there. Nice and straight, good. Keep pushing, keep pushing. As you pull your power in, it's going to be lots of forward cyclic. You don't want to lose speed on the entry, you want to maintain speed. So if you can keep at least 60 knots or so, that's nice. And then power gently comes back up to normal cruise, or if you want to climb, then back up to a climb power setting. So that was really good. Let's establish a climb. We're going to go around this barn here. We're only at 300 feet. Don't want to fly over any houses or anything below 500.
Okay.
And so nose can come up a bit, and power can come up to about 85, and we'll climb it back out. Looks like we have a little bit more open airspace here. So it'll be good for another one there. So in the entry of this one, we want to make sure that we enter just a little bit quicker. The last one was a little bit slow getting the collective down.
Okay.
So the hand should be about this motion. So it's collective down, throttle off, just kind of one nice smooth motion, get into it, and then you go ahead and start looking at everything you need. But at the same time, you're pulling that cyclic back. Okay? So we're going to enter in 3, 2, 1, collective down, throttle off, cyclic back. That's good, all the way down on the collective. That's great. And we're going to start turning to the left a little bit for this field. So now we're starting to look at rotor. So we're going to raise a little bit of collective, make sure that that's good. Motor is still at idle there. That's nice. Make sure we're in trim. A little bit of left pedal. I'm going to go for this field over here. Actually, that one's good there too. We're looking for 50 knots. Still a little bit out of trim, so a little bit of left pedal, right cyclic. Get yourself in trim. There you go. And then we're going to start thinking about recovery. So throttle's back on. Get those needles joined up. There you go. And then forward cyclic, raise the collective. One nice smooth motion. Good. Keep pulling and pushing until you're back to normal cruise. And then we'll start to climb out again. That's great. And just looking at houses, we want to make sure we're avoiding houses. Again, we're down at about 300 feet. So if we get our power up to about 85%, nose to about 60 knots, 55 knots, somewhere in there. Climb super nice. So reasons, practical reasons in real life for being good at a power recovery like that.
Okay.
Or it would be called an abort. It's not really a power recovery. Power recovery, but we sort of more think about the flare at the bottom and power recovery. So practical reason is you enter an auto rotation because you thought the engine quit. You got a yaw and maybe a horn came on or something.
Yep.
And so you enter the auto. Yeah, we can keep turning this way. And then you're looking at your vitals and you realize, wait a second, the engine's not quit. It's sitting there at idle, right? Well, you don't want to go do an auto. You want to recover from that. So you just, roll on that throttle, get your power back up, and then fly away. So that would be a really good example. Or let's say you attempted an air restart. You had enough altitude. Go this way a little bit. You had enough altitude to attempt an air restart.
Okay.
And you get the engine started. It's like, oh, wow, we got to recover now. So gently rolling that throttle back on, recover from that auto, and fly away. Okay, so we're going to level off here, and we're going to enter another one because we got some clouds around. We're going to do a 180. So let's go ahead and enter 3, 2, 1, nice and smooth and quick. Collective down, throttle off. Beautiful, that was a nice entry. Let's start a right-hand turn, and we're trying to keep the helicopter in trim, raising the little collective to watch that rotor RPM. There you go, not too much, lower it a little bit again. Want to see if we can keep it in the green, not swaying up and down between the yellows. And that looks like a great field over there. And it looks like we're going to make it with the power lines and everything. Yeah, we're looking for about 50 knots. That's looking really good. RPMs are nice. We're a little teeny bit fast, not bad. And we're going to recover. So throttle comes back on. There it is. You can see it, you can hear it, and then go ahead and recover, fly away. So powering up. Awesome. Keep powering up. That's fantastic. So this one, it came down a little bit lower. Let's keep the right turn going. Got a couple of barns and stuff in front of us. And yeah, we'll probably go right through here actually, that'll be good. So nose comes up a little bit, back to about 50, 55 knots. Will be a great climb out. That's really good. Beauty. That was bring it forward and down.
Sky Valley traffic, Cessna 172 Foxtrot Charlie Quebec Yankee, over Albion, 2,000 feet, en route to Chilliwack. Follow the Fraser River.
Oh, that was a nice one. I like that. There was no drift on that one. It didn't go backwards, didn't go sideways.
It almost did. And
almost went backwards and you fixed it. I felt it stop.
Right a bit.
You could feel it wanting to lean back and you're like, no, 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 no. You pushed a little forward. That was good. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Let's bunny off it again. It's awesome to see the progress. Every flight is getting more comfortable, more solid. So we have a little bit of grass here, which always helps. I don't want to burst your bubble, but the grass does help.
It does.
Because it kind of grabs your skids and just holds you there, which can actually be a safety concern. Let's go ahead and pick it up. But if you are not drifting or anything, then it makes your life a little easier because it just kind of absorbs you and sets you down real soft.
Nice little sponge.
Yeah, so it does help, but yeah, you're doing good. Half of the, I think I told you this before, but half of the struggle with landing is confidence. So if you could be fully confident in your skills, even though they're still, just developing, but if you could be confident in them, then your landing would actually be a lot easier. So it's when people get kind of unconfident or scared of the landing, they start to tense up, and the tension is what makes the landing bad, because you could sit there and hover for a really long time nice and steady, and then I say, okay, let's land, and the helicopter starts drifting or twisting or something like that, and it's only because you're kind of clamping up on the controls. So if you can keep your eyes out, stay relaxed on the controls, like even here, you see the twist that's going on?
Yep.
So I can tell your feet are really solid, like really pushing on both pedals. So go ahead and relax your feet a bit, dig it nice and easy. Same thing with relax your hands, and then just eyes out, just bring her down. Don't think about it too much, just fly it. Fly it all the way to the ground. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of right cyclic. Yeah, that's good. I like how quickly you reacted on that one. We touched the left skid. It wanted to roll a little bit. And you said, no, no, no. And you quickly moved it over. That's great. All right, let's pick it back up.
Okay.
And we can stop right about here. This is good. And we're going to do that hover box pattern. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So this is a nice height here. And turn that down a touch. let's look out to your right window. Let's hover to the right. Trying to keep it right along this this ridge line here. And you can, yeah, use a combination between looking forward to the side. As you build up confidence, you can look out just the right window, but that's pretty nice. We'll go about 50 feet or so. And we'll stop here. Now, as we briefed in the classroom, two things we need to do. Let's pedal turn first, so tail's clear to the right. Pedal turn left. So before we back up, we always need to look what's behind us. So I'm looking back here, it's all clear for the rest of the field, and we never want to back up more than about 50 feet or so.
Right.
About two times the length of the helicopter, so we can pedal turn back. And then the second thing we want to be doing is coming up just a little bit higher. So we want to be approximately 10 feet off the ground, pretty close to that. That's a good height there. And then we can slowly start backing up.
Eastbound on to follow the river to...
Finally broke this habit, now you're making me do it again.
There you go, that's looking nice. Keep it a little higher. Want to make sure that if you have big long tail, it's not going to dip too low. And nice and slow, we don't want to go too fast. Good, just a tiny bit further, that's pretty close to 50 feet. Go another 10 feet or so. Alright, that's pretty close to 50 feet there. So that would be about the distance you want to go. You can come down a little bit again. Always nice to hover at that 5-foot mark, 3 to 5 feet. And now we're going to go to the left. So all clear to the left here. Coming my way. And again, you can look out my window, you can look out the front. Just kind of keep gaining reference between the two. Once you get more confident, you can just look out the side window, but...
traffic is just now 152.
That's good, not too fast. I want to keep the speed nice and slow.
600 feet descending due to the cloud, and then we're going to be level.
And then we'll stop there and we'll hover forward back to our line. That's nice. Yeah, whenever you're doing hovering exercises, usually a walking pace is nice. So
Okay.
then we'll hover back to the right again.
Over the gasking area, we're going to climb to 2,500 feet and traffic stalled.
Oh, you did very good for that being your first time doing that. Very controlled.
I really like this.
Usually people are going forwards and backwards and all over the place when they're doing sideways hovering. So that's good. Let's stop here and we're going to go backwards again. So once again, tail rotor's clear to the right. You can pedal turn either direction, doesn't really matter. Obviously we don't have a lot of wind today, so we don't need to use power pedal. And we're still clear back there. And we'll back up about 50 feet. As we talked about in the classroom, if you had to back up more than 50 feet, you would just stop, pedal turn, check traffic again, and then continue on. Obviously not checking traffic in the air, you're just looking for stuff behind you that's changed while you've been backing up. Well, that was a fun day.
Yeah, awesome day.
Big leap forward in progress, right? Just in comfort of getting those takeoffs and landings nailed. We spent quite a bit of time with that today.
Yep.
And yeah, I saw a huge leap forward, so that was awesome. Your hover work was very good. Just a big thing remembering whenever you back up, go up a little bit higher, always check what's behind you, never go more than about 50 feet. So those are great things. Hope you guys like this as well. And if you did, of course, give it a blade slap on the like button there. And we're going to talk to you guys again tomorrow. See ya.
See ya.